Look, my father's dead, my brother's dead, and soon this mill will be dead. I need your help, Hal.
May I ask who you're representing?
Gibson's. I'm Anna Gibson.
Don't move!
Don't. How much is the loan?
£250,000.
I'll go to the banks. I'll talk to them.
Will they let you?
I shall have to request permission from the bishop this time.
Will it buy us more time with Maynard Gideon?
50-50. Less than that if you don't present it right.
Tell me what I have to do.
Anna Cass here!
How do I look? Blessed be his holy name. Are you all right, love? Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
suddenly, Stan?
VAT file. So,
It's gone up a bit. The last time you looked at that file, it was 8%.
it has gone up a bit. It used to be in the bottom drawer.
Good morning. Can I help you? My name's Anna Gibson. I have an appointment with Mr. Tyler of Maynard Gideon Merchant Bank.
Can you fill this in, please? Security. I have a Miss Gibson here at ground floor reception. Certainly. If you take the lift to the top floor, Mr. Tyler's secretary will be there to meet you.
Excuse me.
Maynard Gideon? This is the 13th floor. You want the next one up? Doesn't have a number. P for penthouse.
Miss Gibson? Oh, good morning. How nice to meet you.
Glad to come this way.
Excuse me, do you have a toilet?
It's easy to feel a bit exposed up here. George Tyler. We spoke on the phone.
Good morning. How nice to meet you.
Yeah. Good trip?
That depends on you, Mr. Tyler.
I think it depends on you, Miss Gibson. Alison, thank you. I just leave it with him. You will have some coffee.
Thank you.
My colleague, Mr. Stone, will join us shortly. He arranged the bank's loan to your brother. My condolences. His death must have been a shock.
Thank you.
Shall we make a start?
Yes?
Unless you've got all our money in that briefcase.
Oh. Yes, I'm sorry.
Sister Gabriel?
No, sister, it's not. You wanted to see me?
Of course, Sister Dominic.
I need some help with the accounts while Sister Gabriel is away, and I thought you could...
Is that the Reverend Mother's wish?
Yes.
And Anna's like a pane of glass. When one breaks, you put another in. Is that the lesson I'm being taught?
Why are you so angry with Sister Gabriel?
Well, she should come back or stay away. Her behavior is unsettling for us all.
What is unsettling is Sister Vincent's poisonous tongue.
Sure, you'll recount that later, Sister. Sister Vincent is not alone in thinking that our devotion is being undermined.
Oh. Is Mass shorter with Sister Gabriel not here? Is Terce not at the third hour? Are we eating fish and chips and swigging sherry?
This worldliness is unbecoming.
Don't lecture me, young lady. If you are affected, look for the fault in you. I can manage. Sister Gabriel should be in your prayers. Your resentment of her, now she's gone, is as unhealthy as your obsession with her when she was here.
The loan was specifically designed for capital expenditure. And yet now you've sold the machinery it bought.
Well, there were more pressing needs.
So this beautifully bound business plan is not the great way forward, but just a response to a crisis.
No. Well, yes, both.
We like to know how our money is being spent, Miss Gibson. It helps us gauge our risk. Now, Daniel. Daniel Stern and Gibson.
Good morning. How nice to meet you.
Miss Gibson's business plan for Nightingale Mill.
I've looked at the copy she sent.
The new yarns will be simple and natural.
Some months ago, I listened to your brother extolling the virtue of artificial fibre and exotic yarn. Did he misjudge the market?
No, he misjudged the mill's capacity for breaking into it. Competition's fierce.
And is not in natural yarn.
Yes, of course, but...
Isn't your husband in the business?
And we're separated.
And you have experience in running a vertical mill?
It was my father's mill, Mr. Stern. I know how it works.
Despite the fact that you've been sheep farming in Wales for the last 16 years.
Well, even there I produced and dyed my own natural yarns. I stocked the local shops. I know there's a demand.
But you're planning high-grade mixes. For silk, linen, mohair.
Well, that's imported from Italy, most of it.
Where do you plan to get your silk?
Some Chinese.
That's expensive.
Chinese supply is not so reliable.
Mixed with top-quality Japanese.
Isn't Japanese supply restricted?
Unit price of mulberry silk went up 16% last year.
These problems are not insurmountable. What do you want me to do, Mr. Tyler? Tell me. Is this business plan wrong? I'll change it if you know a better way. I'll do anything to get this mill running successfully. I'm not asking for money. Just that you don't foreclose on the loan we already have. It's just a few months, just a little faith.
"11 floors of this building are unoccupied. Faith didn't save the businesses that vacated them.
There's a demand. Natural yarns, natural dyes, traditional values. And there are people involved. People who lose their jobs and homes.
Sentiment is a luxury even a merchant bank can't afford, Miss Gibson.
I made a promise to these people, promise I can't break. If you call in this loan, I will go to another bank, and then another and another and another until someone believes me.
Perhaps we can look at your business plan in detail.
May I have another cup of coffee, please?
You don't give up easily, do you?
unusual woman.
What do you want to do?
Is there any doubt? We could send someone up to take a look. But it would only be going through the motions.
She's bright.
Naive. As if she really didn't know the rules. Passionate. But naive.
She had hands like a navvy.
The halfway house of Needles if you need them. Stay safe now.
Need it now.
Maynard Gideon are sending someone up, but I don't stand a chance if I can't show them a market. I've got a book full of good ideas, but what I need is a book full of orders.
You must have been praying hard.
My knees are raw.
The Department of Trade and Industry is planning to send a group of Japanese buyers up here next month. Huddersfield first, take a look at the worsted spinners. Then over to Bradford.
Well, they won't come near Nightingale Mill.
They might, if you had something to show them.
In a month.
Oh, stock samples, brochures, cloth weaves, made-up garments.
A long way from that.
That's a pity. Because I put you on their itinerary. Well, for some reason, the DTI has asked a semi-retired old codger who only works 7 hours a day to organise it all.
I love you, Walter Street.
Now, your natural yarns aren't on their shopping list, so they better look bloody good.
I'll be ready.
You might. I've told you before about Stan Beatty.
Oh, I'll say something.
Well, if you're waiting for him to repent, it'll be on his bloody deathbed.
I can't prove anything.
He's keeping company with Charlie Faulkner. That's no surprise. They're old mates. But when Faulkners pick up orders that Gibsons have had for 30 years...
Well, I'll say something.
Say you're sacked.
Don't be so bloody silly, Terry. Get off. I'll do, Charlie.
I didn't want you at my mill. I don't want you in my club either. Not unless you can pay like the other punters. Nothing suspicious in that, is there?
Don't come in with me, Charlie. I know too many of your little fiddles.
Give it a minute, will you, lads?
I thought we were supposed to be friends.
We were. But I eat at golf courses now, you know, not pie shops.
I don't like it when you won't see me, Charlie.
And I don't like it when other people see you at my mill.
Who?
Walter Street. Bending my ear about fraud and conspiracy. Look, I'm grateful for the work you've put my way, Stan, but it's not worth the risk anymore.
Oh, wait a minute.
Look, you've been well paid, Stan. Go and get yourself a pie.
I could put the whole of Gibson's mill into your hands very cheap.
It will be cheap when God's little helpers finish with their games.
Maybe.
You told me she had no chance. You said Gibson's were finished.
She surprised me. She's got big new plans and she's got a big new debt. And unless things go very smoothly over the next few months, and I could make sure they don't, for a consideration, a substantial consideration.
You really are vermin, you, aren't you, Stan? I knew there was something about you I liked.
Your valve silence is very selective.
I'm sorry, I'm not a machine.
Thought you were. So what other valves do you take?
Chastity, is that the one you're driving at?
No. I was thinking more of vowing to avoid the subject, vowing to avoid the consequences, vowing to avoid people at railway stations.
I thought you... I didn't want you to see me like that.
I have seen you out of that ghetto. Remember, in an old shack on the moors, cold and wet, needing somebody to touch, hold.
I didn't think it meant that much to you.
Of course not. You're just another nun in my little black book.
That's not fair.
And that's what 16-year-olds say. I guess that's what you are when it comes to this sort of thing.
Yes, but the colours are unique.
They still need chemical stabilizers. Why not mix them with stabilized synthetics to begin with? You still get your colour.
Can your dye works do that?
It's complicated, but for you, my boss is a saint. Well, not a real one. You'll get a free beer all night for that. Well, we could carry on talking in the pub if you like. Best to come to dye works in morning.
Not now, love. Not now.
Anna. Good night.
Good night, Hal.
Anna. Whatever you wear, you're beautiful. It meant a lot.
I hope we can still be friends. Good night, Hal.
No, don't. My baby love, don't listen you, was kissing you. Don't really treat me bad. My heart really sad. Don't run away. In your arms, like you stay. Oh, my baby love, I need you. Oh, I need you. All you do is treat me sad and leave me sad. Tell me what did I do wrong? Make you stay away so long. 'Cause baby love, my baby love, been missing you, miss kissing you. Don't always treat me bad. Luli, lule, luli, lule, the falcon hath borne my love away. Luli, lule, luli, lule, the falcon hath borne my love away.
My mother used to take her handbag everywhere. Do you remember? Like the Queen. I don't think the Queen has a bottle of gin in hers. She used to say I must fix my face 10 times an evening. She'd be gone 5 minutes, slap on some makeup, come back down. By the end of the evening, she'd look like a gargoyle. At my uncle's once, she forgot to lock the bathroom door and I found her. She'd been sick and she'd been crying. After all the screaming and shouting with Dad, I'd never seen her crying before. She was so beautiful, so out of control. I was terrified.
How do you measure the dye?
I don't. The computer does.
There's a lot of black.
Doctors bury their mistakes. We dye ours black.
These are amazing.
Fast orders. Plenty of dye left in stock. Choose any of these and we could do it cheaper.
How long?
Your first order? 3 weeks.
Oh, what's this? This is nice.
You don't want that.
But I like it. What is it?
The Gulf War. It was a godsend for the Bradford textile industry.
Right, come on, everyone, settle down.
Thank you. I'm sure you already know that there's a trade delegation coming up next month.
Yeah.
Well, it's a test for us. If we don't pass it, well, we have to pass it. If they like the new mixes, it could guarantee the future of the mill.
Oh, great. Yeah.
We have to continue with our regular orders. It's our bread and butter. Yeah. So we'll be starting night shifts from tomorrow.
Oh,
I can't force anyone.
Will it be time and a half or double?
I'm afraid not.
What are we going to do then? It's not great.
There will be bonuses if we're successful, but if I promised more, I'd be lying. I need your help. Lynn needs your help.
Well, I'll need help if our jobs go. I'll do it. But don't stand there with your mouths open when you get a better chance to get away from your husbands.
Come on, then. Layla, take over that end machine. We can't afford to leave one idle.
I need 5 minutes away from them.
Anything from Maynard Gideon?
Nothing. All bills. Long lunch again for the client.
The wages estimates.
In the back of the business plan. With the Maynard Gideon stuff.
Oh, Peggy, you didn't lock it. Found Stan here the other day. Why were you at Faulkner's Mill?
How did you know that?
I didn't.
Oh. Well, Charlie Faulkner and I are old friends.
Walter Street and I are old friends, but no one tells him all our quotes and he doesn't undercut us or poach our customers.
You want to know why I was there? I was asking for a job. I was hoping he might be able to find me something for old time's sake. Have you ever stopped to think about the way I feel? Have you? I tried to carry things for your brother. Do you want to know what he was really like? Useless. Pathetic. But I stood by him. I even worked weekends to cover his mistakes. I couldn't respect him. Not like your father. And then you came along. Well, come on. I mean, put yourself in my place. Eh? It wasn't easy for me, Anna. We got off to a bad start. You're changing the way that I've worked for 30 years. I mean, this place has been my life. I don't want to see it go bust.
I don't believe you, Mr. Beattie. And if Mr. Faulkner were to offer you a job, I strongly suggest that you accept, say within the next month.
There's been an accident in the workshop.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't know.
Layla? Layla!
Ambulance, please.
Miss Gibson.
I think the guard bust. It'll take a while to repair. We don't keep spares for those old spinners.
Oh, them all checked, every single one. We're closing down till it's done.
We can't afford that.
Did you see the state of her arm?
Hey!
Stan. Stan.
This is your fault. You're supposed to check them bloody machines. You stupid bastard! Hey! Stop it! Go! Get!
Bloody hell.
Get off it! Get off!
I'm closing down for the day. Go home, all of you. Check the machines out. You mustn't worry about money. Or your job. We'll take care of everything. The girls will be in later. It'll be nice. It'll cheer you up. Doctor says that you could be back at work in a couple of months.
Never coming back. It'll always be ugly. I'll be ugly. You won't want me no more.
Stan.
I've already given, sister. Try somebody else. You must be pretty pleased with yourself. You thought I was only screwing a mill. Now you know I was screwing Layla. It's enough to send me straight off to hell, isn't it?
I don't want to argue.
They should let you people out more often. Shows her what perfection is. That mill was finished. I'm 54. No one's going to give me another job. I can see what'll happen. after a while, she won't want me no more.
I think she loves you.
And what use will I be to her? What use will I be to any bugger? Feel like a drink? No, I didn't think it would.
Look, you're upset. Take a few days off and come in and we'll talk. I need all the help I can get. And we can sort something out. Can you fix it?
It's a welding job. It'll take a couple of hours.
Why do men fight?
I don't know. Frightened of losing something.
I know you did a safety check on these machines. I know you did. So what went wrong?
One of the supports snapped on the footrail. It caused the whole thing to collapse. She fell right on these pegs. I checked these things twice over. At least I thought I did. This was under the spinner. This didn't snap on her. That was sawn. Someone tampered with that footrail. Someone who knew how these old machines were cleaned.
No one here would do something like that.
Only one person.
Stan Beatty. No, he and Layla.
Layla never usually worked this machine. He knew that.
I won't believe that. I can't believe it.
And you've only got one other choice. You'll have to blame me.
My son's at school in Yorkshire. I came to visit him, really. Look, I'm sorry about yesterday. I should have made an appointment.
No, it's me who should apologise.
Are you, a practicing?
Oh, yes, yes. It's just that I was afraid that you wouldn't take me seriously dressed like this.
May have clouded our judgment. So you've been released from your religious duties?
Until my sister-in-law's ready to take over the business. Would you like to take a look around? It seems to be a good moment. We have a very good safety record here. The accident was...
I've been here before. I'm much more interested in you. I have to meet my son. Would you come to my hotel this evening? It's all right. I'm not asking for a date. 7? At the Victoria?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
You're talking to yourself.
You will have dinner with me?
No, I have to be getting back for Lynn.
Well, you've only been here 10 minutes. Don't nuns eat?
Not in a hotel restaurant. It's not appropriate. You're obviously not a Catholic.
I'm not anything.
Everyone's something.
I'm Jewish, non-practicing.
You can't just disregard your faith.
I can't just disregard my culture. It's how I look, act, am, and I have 25 bar mitzvah pens to prove it. Between you and me, I used to disapprove of organized religion. You're not a missionary, are you?
You're making fun of me.
I'm sorry. Well, since you won't pass through those pagan portals to the restaurant, why don't I order us some sandwiches?
The world is filled with witless creeps who didn't recognize an intrinsically dynamic Gary art form if it smacked them in the face. Well, they can burn in hell for all I care. Look, let's spread the word before it's too late. Just don't sit there, man. Join the cause. Tell everyone how you feel, including strangers.
We'll be doing all the trade fairs next year. Expo Phil in Paris and Petit Filati in Florence.
Oh, Florence is terrific. I'm sorry. Oh, my manner's too awful.
Why did you come here, Mr. Stern?
I've told you. My son's on half-term and I wanted to see him for a few days.
Now, why did you come to Bradford? Why'd you come here? You've seen the mill before, and 5 minutes on the phone would have answered all your questions.
I was curious.
Everybody's curious.
I was attracted.
Do you have fantasies about nuns?
You weren't dressed like that when I first met you.
You're going to foreclose, aren't you?
It's not just my decision.
I don't care who makes the decision. You're going to foreclose, right?
Probably.
Thank you for your honesty. Finally. I suppose we're even now. Bye.
Attraction doesn't have to equal lust, you know.
Why do I feel like a circus freak, Mr. Stern? I don't deserve to be pushed and prodded and have food tossed at me just so that people can see how much I can put up with before I start rattling my bars and baring my teeth.
Matthew! Matt!
Something wrong.
Jamie, what are you doing out here?
Mummy's sick.
What's the matter with her? Where is she? Lynn? Lynn? What's the matter, Lynn? What's the matter?
I'm giving birth, Anna. Oh.